And for the people that don't know, Fantasia's dad got on social media and decided that he was going to call out her husband after her husband proposed to her over the weekend. And say that he feels like his daughter may be in a Wendy Williams type of Wendy Williams / Mary J. Blige situation when it comes to the money, because she's trying to say her husband fucked up the money. And the financial person that called the husband out on it, allegedly, the husband got her fired. Right? So he feels like all of this crying, getting down on one knee, proposing to Fantasia, he feels like, oh, that's fake as hell. You a fake ass. Now, baby, Fantasia, let me see. Fantasia, she came down to the social media, the people said, and she had to get some things off her chest about that daddy. Then she posted his mug shots and stuff. I said, oh, baby, Fantasia said, I'm finna get you to fuck off me. I don't know what you think this is, but you're getting the fuck off me. So let's get into it. All right. So real quick. All right. Shout out to Ice Cream Convos. So Fantasia made this post. She said, I wasn't going to do this, but this has gotten out of hand. Joseph Barrino, I can't even call you dad or father. You are a donor. Be very clear on that. All right. We have covered for you long enough. My mom and me have made you look like you were an okay man, but now you have come for my king. Ooh. Woo. Tonight I will go live, and behind me will stand all who know you. How can someone steal if I, Fantasia Taylor, is the CEO and my king, Kendall Taylor, is the president of all of our companies? Tonight I shall help you finish the war you started. Now listen, I went to Fantasia page and I didn't see it, but I saw people saying certain things about saying in character in so many words. Like, don't let nobody pull you out your character. So I said, damn, this must be a post and delete. Unless she dropped this on another platform. So she done exposed her daddy. And let me tell y'all, I don't fault her for this, okay? I don't fault her for exposing her dad, because I really felt like he had no business coming online saying what he said. I just felt like you're mad that she's not doing what you want her to do. So you're coming to tell these fans and anybody else that will listen so that they can go and jump on her case in an effort to get her to move in the direction that you want her to go. And I just don't think that was cool at all. But I want us to check out what her husband had to say real quick. So let's get into this.
My name is Kendall Taylor. For those who know, don't know. This is very uncomfortable for me as a man, based on who I am. I prefer to be in the shadows. I prefer to let my work, my character, and my heart for the Lord and for people to speak for me. However, when I find myself in an environment where my wife feels compelled to go to war for me, it's a problem. So against my own methodologies and comfortability, I have a duty to cover my wife and my family. Those that know me know I'm very strategic in how I express emotions, express frustration, and anything that requires a response versus a reaction. What I'm not going to do is allow my wife, my queen, to be in an uproar and do something that causes her to step off her throne of class and sophistication and virtue that I adore about her. So here we are. Be clear, I'm in the manhood business. I deal with men. And as a man, if I have an art with you, if I have a problem with you, I reach out to you direct and we can science that out. And so since a man chose to take shots at me regarding my manhood, let's cook. I've been married to my beautiful bride for 11, going on 12 years. Y'all want to know who I am and what I do? Pause. There's a difference, in my opinion, there's a difference between journalism and blogs. When it comes to journalism, there's a certain level of due diligence that has to be exercised before you put information and content out there to people who trust that information. When it comes to blogs, things get dropped and shared immediately without any due diligence. When I met my wife, I was running my own multi-million-dollar company, period. That means her success, her career didn't build me, didn't shape me. That's because I went to Sunoco Leadership Academy, BMW Black Belt Training, Tuck School of Business, Small Business Accelerator, CMEDI Business Initiative, and had a lot of success and a lot of recognition. I'm grateful for those things because I am a justice impacted individual and I had to overcome tremendous adversity and circumstances in order to break a lot of criminogenic mindsets and trauma and behavior that was keeping me living at a lower level than what I was capable of. And I experienced incredible success. However, I wasn't satisfied with that success. And I started going into the prisons and sharing the gift of game and being transparent and vulnerable, helping brothers that are forgotten, giving them breadcrumbs so that they could navigate, okay? Then I met my wife. I hope she don't get upset with this, but I'm gonna speak the truth. I asked for the prenup. A prenup wasn't put on me. I asked for it because I had business partners that I needed to protect, and I needed to make sure her family knew that I had no intentions on coming after anything that she had established before she met me. I wanted to create a runway where we could just
I heard what he said. Before she met him. So should they divorce, I'm sure he gonna want his from the time that they was together. But at least he ain't acting like Todd per what's happening in this moment. I hope they have a very long marriage. But listen, at least he ain't acting like Todd trying to get some of that coin from before he was even in the picture.
experience love with each other and figure out what this natural feeling was that we were exploring, that was just exploding in both of us, that provoked us to get married after 3 weeks. You dig? After that time, chaos broke out. The gentleman who was taking the initiative to use her in my platform, because he does not have one, to demonstrate things that are beyond false and fictitious, it's beyond that, didn't show up to the wedding, didn't want to speak with me, get to know me. And now that I have 2 daughters and a niece, I would never leave them uncovered in that regard. I even have a young man who has a desire to marry my daughter. And I'm gonna make it very clear to him that you wanna date the things that you like about her, but you're gonna be married to the things that you don't. And making that clear, right? I didn't have that type of conversation. As a matter of fact, there were certain people who didn't show up to the wedding because they were not given permission to perform. My wedding was not going to be a performance. And that's why we got married in secrecy in 2014. And then we redeemed that opportunity to have a wedding in 2015. I can literally count on my hands the number of times that I have met Joseph and spoken with Joseph, who used to call me young guy and OG, even though we had no real relationship. This could have been handled with a phone call, but you chose to take another route. Let's get down to it. It became very clear to me when my wife came to me crying in 2015 that she couldn't buy a pocketbook, that something was going on. So I went through the books and I saw very clear that there was a lot of brown bagging and stealing going on, even though I had no knowledge or education in the music industry. I was lost. I was way outside my comfort zone. But wisdom translates across any industry, ethnicity, nationality, geophysical territory. I knew that if I applied wisdom and I asked God to guide me, he would show me how to cover my wife. And it became very evident that people were stealing from her. At the same time, people were stealing from me. And with tears in our eyes and crying, we made the courageous decision to step out there because we can be broke by ourselves. She said, babe, I'm not going to fail on stage, and I know you're not going to fail in your executive position. And we stepped out there. We built Rock Soul. I've been at every meeting. I've been on every call. I've negotiated every contract. I've been a part of every single thing that has allowed her gift to be in a proper place, because I promised her you will never die broke. You will never die strung out on drugs, and you will not die alone like a lot of the greats out there, because I'm your man. That's me. And I've honored that, and I've exceeded my goals. There were times, man, we didn't have a $200,000 in account, and we got multiple shows to put on, and we having to borrow money. Where was you at then? When my wife had to go through multiple surgeries, and I'm there nursing her and cleaning her wounds, where were you then? When we were trying to blend this family, and it was challenging for our kids and ourselves, where was your wisdom then, man of God? That was me praying. That was me anointing my children with oil. That was us having to short sell that house at Seton House.
I'm gonna have to pause him right here because I need to see what's going on in the chat, because a lot of y'all feel like he lying, and I just want to know why y'all think he full of crap, but believe it, because it seems to me that y'all are more in support of the daddy. So I'm like, why y'all giving him the 3rd degree, but putting the daddy up like the daddy right? I heard more negative stuff when it comes to the daddy Then I heard this man. Now, granted, it don't mean that I don't know this man. Okay. I just haven't heard anything shady. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It don't mean that I just don't know. But I'm like, y'all giving him the third degree. Like, womp, womp. Nah, ain't nobody stunning you. Hush your mouth. You just like the other man. La, 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 la. But the daddy right. Yeah, the daddy sued her. So I'm just like, huh? Did the daddy have a more compelling and convincing voice than this man? So, Carmina, you think they both just full of it? The daddy and him? We just seen all the... What you see? We just seen what? We just seen all the niggas doing this ish. Rocky, Sean, Tawanda's man, Todd. It's a repeat and rent. Same nigga, different scam. Listen. I will say that's a piece of it, right? That's a piece of it. However, we got to let it see what it's going to be. You know, I think when something like that happens, then I think we will be even more valid, or y'all would be in your opinions of, see, you want to shoot the whole time. But what if he go another 10 years and he ends up, you know, keeping her afloat, keeping things on track? You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, A's. I hope I said it right. A's Lane, the daddy sued the book company. So he didn't sue Fantasia, he sued the book company. I could have sworn he took Fantasia to court. Thank you for the super chat. Two things can be true. The daddy and him might not be right for real. Okay. Okay, I got y'all. Look, what is it, Kalani? I hope I said that right. Look, you probably right. I mean, you know, only time will tell. I feel like I want to give fair chances. Y'all know how I do. But you know what? Every time I do give fair chances, child, they do me bad every time. I be looking bad every time I give fair chances. Okay, I be up here trying to be on the side of what would Jesus do? Okay, I be trying to give chances like that. He's moving the money to his. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, let me let him finish. Okay.
Because we didn't have enough money to keep it pushing, but we prayed and we fasted and we rented properties over here. You know what a date used to look like with me and my wife? We used to get sandwiches from Jersey Mike's and go sit at the airport and talk about the goodness of God and what's going to come. Where was you then? Newsflash. And I'm going to do this respectfully. You remember the last time we gave you $3,500? Since you want to call my name, homie. She didn't want to give it to you. I compelled her to give it to you. I said, baby, we blessed. And if we hold everything in our hands tight, God can trust us. It's not about an individual. It's about him exercising his faith in us. I'm the reason you got the money. I'm the reason a lot of people in the family have gotten the money, because I don't hold on to money. You want to ask me what I do? It's my company with my wife. And this is the first year. What is this, 2026? We've been doing this since 2015. This is the first year I drew a paycheck. It's the first year. Do I set the paycheck for myself? No. This is a business. So we have an enrolled agent who establishes what's a reasonable salary. So if I take, anyway, moving forward. Last thing, I got too many young men around the country that I represent. I am the CEO of Salute First and Salute First Global. We are out here changing lives in school systems and prisons. We on track to give out 100 scholarships this year. We're doing internships, STEM camps. We got summer camps going in Ohio and get ready to do one in Lori. We doing drone certifications. We bringing in graphic design and technical skills. We got partnerships with community colleges and universities. And you ask me what I do. It's because I don't do this. I don't do this, man, because I have yet to see that I made a post and it translated into impact for my students. I've yet to do a post and it brought me a contract. So I post some things from time to time. But my reward, my likes and my follows come in the lives of those that we impacted. We got programs on over 1 million tablets around the prison system around the country. I am part of the governor's executive team. That's all I'm going to share about that. But I'm part of the governor's executive team. What do? I make impact. I stay humble. I continue to trust God, because sometimes I find myself outside of my comfort zone and outside of my realm of understanding, but I know I can do all things through Christ. So I'm not going to continue to let you go out there and talk about I stole some money when I got rid of the people who stole. And let me bow out like this, man. This don't went on too long. This ain't even me, and I'm gonna have some people upset with me, but that's okay. One thing I make sure of is that when we build something, that beautiful lady I call my wife, she's got the keys. I make sure that when we build something, she's got the keys. Because if something ever happens to me and she doesn't have the keys, I left her in the worst, my bad, I don't know what's going on. I leave her in the worst position that had she ever been my wife. Our master account, she begs me monthly to go over there and put my name on the account. I don't need my name on the account. If I need a code, because we got to send a wire, Tasia has to send the code. Because it's important for her, after all these years, to have control. Steal? I don't have to steal something I helped build, man.
I'm finna say something. Y'all gonna be mad at me, but listen, when I hear him talk about the daddy situation and how he got rid of the people that stole, I did think when it comes to the daddy story, the stuff that the daddy was hearing and he just ran with it, right? It kind of gave like you never liked this man for some reason, probably because when he came in, the access that you had once upon a time to Fantasia, you no longer had when he came in the picture. So you got with somebody and started SHI talking about this man. So now when y'all converse, a lot of the conversations that y'all have are negative conversations about this guy. So anything they tell you that's negative, you're gonna believe it. You're gonna eat it up because you don't like him anymore. But again, those are my thoughts about the situation. I know somebody asked in the comments, like, why he even came down here to do this video? He didn't even have to say that. He could have just let the daddy video fizzle out. Well, I think they would have had it not made it to the shade room. So I think he did it. The guy did the video on like that Sunday. It was a proposal on Sunday. By that night, the daddy did a video or something like that in the afternoon. Shade room and Neighborhood Talk, I believe, had it up the next day. So now it's growing legs, right? Fantasia put a post up and she was going to address it. She was planning on going live, but what he said is, I wanted to step in front of my wife and handle it. And honestly, I kind of feel like he should have, in my personal, because the guy really was talking about your ass more than anything. Okay. And I do feel like the way we are extremely critical on people, if he would have let Fantasia, or if Fantasia would have got up here, you know, because it's somebody that word lit for me. But if Fantasia would have got up here and went live, people would have got on his case about even having his wife go live or having to do anything when the situation was really about him, for him to address. Or if you're going to be a husband, and she shouldn't even have to come down to address her dad or whatever. Like, we would have figured out something, because we always find an issue with everything, in all honesty, right? But let's keep going.
But we're not going to let you go out here and get a platform when you don't even know my daughter. You've never met our oldest son, Trey. Zion has testified to that. You're not a part of our lives. That's not because I pushed you out. You know how many times I sat with my wife and told her that I prayed that this family can be restored? I'll never stand in the way of it. I want to talk about it? Rico, you know I've never stood in the way. Teeny, you know I've never stood in the way. Zaby, have I not treated y'all like brothers the entire time, though I know lies were spread on me? Though I know people talked about me, have I not treated you like a brother every single time you've been in my presence? It's got to stop. If you upset, pick up the phone, make a phone call, but y'all don't talk. It's unfortunate. I'm only doing this because when I see my wife going outside the boundaries of her sophistication, making a post, I have to step out there. I can't sit in the back and just watch she's...
People love calling folks when they on live chat.
If you got a problem with me, call me. We could talk about it like men instead of taking this feminine route. That's a feminine move. That's feminine energy, and we're men. And since you went out there like a man, you're trying to discredit me, like I have low integrity, I have no honor or no ethics about myself. I'm coming and speaking like a man, saying you don't know me. You haven't gotten time. You haven't taken time to take a chance. Do you know how incredible of a son-in-law you would have? That I would do anything within my power to see that you're doing good, like I would with Diane and my mama. Don't question my integrity. And for all of y'all who run real quick and thumbing something and sharing something, do your research, because otherwise you being lied to even greater than I'm being lied about. But my reputation, man, I've worked too hard, man. I've overcome too much, man. And I've suffered and sacrificed too much for you to just hop on live and feel some type of way. Who did you talk to that said I was stealing money? We still waiting. You won't find nobody. There is nobody. Who said I took, oh, last thing. I'm tired of people not giving my wife the credit. She runs Rock Soul. We don't move, we don't book, we don't confirm anything that she doesn't desire. Nobody, period. In the same breath, we don't release, fire, or change somebody that she doesn't desire to have removed the place. I don't fire nobody. Nobody's got a termination letter for me. I'm not the...
Now, I'm going to say something else, okay? Y'all be mad at me later. All right? Now, I can appreciate, girl, don't put your hands on me, okay? But listen, I can appreciate him saying she runs that, right? Yes, I'm a part of it. I assist, whatever the case is, but it really ain't moving if she ain't making a decision on it. And I know somebody related these two, Fantasia and her husband, to Monique, the comedian, and her husband. See how Monique was talking? Monique was like, whatever daddy say. It was given like, he got to agree to it. He ain't saying he got to agree to it. He like, my wife, she the talent. She the one that has to say so. Ultimately, y'all let me know y'all thoughts though. Let me know y'all thoughts. I know y'all gonna be coming back to the video if he ends up being exactly as a lot of y'all think, child. Y'all gonna be chewing me down, but I'm gonna give you permission to chew because I'm gonna be chewing on something else and hopefully it's a piece of steak. Okay?
CEO of Rock Soul. I'm the president. We follow her when it comes to Rock Soul. They follow me when it comes to Salute. So give her the credit and understanding that she can make smart business decisions, that she's got intuition, that she's clever, that she's got a business head on herself, and stop taking ownership because what you do, every time you say I do something, you discredit her growth and her achievements as a boss. You could have called me. Stop all of this. You stop, she stop, y'all don't talk no other time. So let's not use this platform so they can make a mockery of it. This ain't Black history, this ain't character, this ain't kingly, and none of this is of Christ. I hope I haven't said anything to offend you. I hope I haven't said anything that I have to repent for. And I damn sure ain't said nothing that ain't true. So you want to know who I am? This is who I am. And I prefer to go back to the shadows, but I'm not going to be looking over my head when I'm walking around the arena at the shows and I'm walking into meetings with people looking at me sideways. Nah, you haven't earned that right to discredit or question my integrity. Because I built myself before I even knew you or my wife existed. And I'm going to maintain my character as long as God gives me an opportunity, because I answer to him, I don't answer to you, and I never bow my head before no man but Christ my Lord. So I ain't going to bow before you now. I forgive you. I forgive you. And if I've done anything that makes you feel a certain way, find it in your heart to forgive me, since we're talking that God talk. We all trying to figure it out here. But let's do it in love. Let's do it in privacy, and let's do it with integrity. This is messy.
Come on,
I don't
sir.
like this feminine energy. It stops now.
Okay.
Salute.
Okay, then. That man said this is messy. Now, granted, I do agree. I think he should have gave him a call, but the fact that the dad took this chance to go to social media on more than one occasion made me think he didn't really have the access to Fantasia like that, because she don't really talk to him like that. Could this be the type of stuff that he on? You know? And I don't know if people saw Bro-Rilla get out here and do her big one or something, to where the people is like, okay, well, I want to get in on it too, but y'all gonna have to chill, child. But listen, that's pretty much all that I have on that situation with Fantasia and that man. I don't know the type of guy he is, so I don't want to push whatever narratives about him that I honestly don't damn know. Yes, there are a lot of poor track records. And let's be clear, since y'all want to talk about it, let's get into it then. Because there be a lot of these trash ass niggas that be running around here, girl. It be a whole lot of them around here running a damn round. The track record of men is not great, but y'all still be wanting them. Don't put your girl, scoot back up off me. Scoot back up off me, honey. The last two that you had, one talking about shit, but you still out here seeking another one. Okay, so is you gonna put that on him too? Yes, the possibility is he might be a fucked up man. And then the possibility maybe that he may be a good man. Okay, so why y'all ain't gonna get that man a piece of chance, but you believe the other man, which was the daddy? He a man. The daddy, you can tell the daddy on some FS too. Girl, but anyway, child, everybody just crazy. Shit. But girl, that's a wrap on Fantasia. I know y'all gonna leave y'all thoughts anyway, and y'all gonna be firing me up in the comments, and I'm gonna let you fire. But that's all I got. I thank you guys so much for joining me with this impromptu live. Be sure to like up the video. Continue to have conversations if you choose in the comments, okay? And I will catch you guys in the next one, honey. Bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent. Nobody can stop me. Gotta check in my notification. Them numbers hit like it's a practice. Cash died at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF. Got them trying to clone me like agents. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up. I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man? They say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film. I can feel it pull.